It says, White Star Line Lifeboat. You may wish to touch this precious artifact. Please respect its place in history and treat it gently. Absolutely no climbing on it. Thank you. So I think that means that I have permission to touch it. It's from the SS Nomadic, and it's made of wood. Isn't that interesting? The main condenser, 13,780 tubes. This on video already, but I'm reading it a little better now. Each main condenser was connected to its own main engine induction manifold, which was bolted to the top of the low-pressure turbine's exhaust casing. Each was designed to condense all of the steam produced by one main engine, so there must have been two condensers. The arrangement and spacing of the tubes inside gave a constant steam speed through the condenser. So again, 13,780 tubes inside the condenser, and it's controlling the speed of the steam. So I think it's making sure that the tubes at the edge will have a similar speed of steam as the tubes in the middle. A wide central lane was provided through the middle of the tube nest for the passage of steam to the bottom of the condenser. Well, blow that. Oh. This passage allowed for the mixing and reheating of the condensate as it fell from the tubes and collected in a storage well at the bottom. Storage well at the bottom. An automatic float-operated closed feed controller was fitted to allow additional feed water to be withdrawn from one of the main feed tanks, should the level of feed water drop owing to a sudden demand by the feed pumps. A proportion of the tubes, maybe that's when you throw the engine in high gear. A proportion of the tubes on each side of the condenser was isolated behind a baffle for cooling the air, which was extracted near the top of the baffle by air ejectors. Large cast iron water boxes were fitted at each end of each main condenser. Each water box was designed to give a uniform flow of cooling water free from eddies at the entrance to all tubes on each side of the condenser. Each was fitted with large main doors that contained a number of smaller inspection hatches strongly ribbed to resist pressure and pulsation. These hatches were used to provide access for survey and overhaul. So large containers at the bottom, tubes, steam going to the condenser from the main engine, one condenser for each engine, two main engines. Condensers per main engine, one. Oh. Number of condensers, total all main engines, 4. Wait, but I thought over here it said 2 main engines. Condenser circulating pumps per main engine, 2. Oh, so it's 2 pumps per engine, 4 main engines. So it's 4 main engines. Okay, there's another condenser, and there should be 2 more around somewhere, but maybe it's not in this room. Or maybe that's a condenser. So these are turbines. Particulars for each turbine. 1 turbine per main engine, 4 turbines. High pressure ahead turbine of the single flow impulse reaction type. Steam was supplied to each turbine from a 1-foot, 4-inch diameter head steam main, connected to its own ahead maneuvering valve, controlled by a large hand wheel located on the starting platform. Steam was passed through a strainer before entering the inlet of the turbine's nozzle chest, located at the top end of the casing. Nozzle chest. Valves were fitted in each chest to control nozzles, of which 17 were open to the steam supplied from the maneuvering valve. In addition to these open nozzles, each chest was provided with 2 6-inch valves controlling 8 nozzles and 2 6 3/4-inch valves controlling 10 nozzles. Ugh, I'm not even going to try to figure this out. We will read this another day. I must return. Second, intermediate pressure ahead and high pressure astern turbine.